Now what we gonna do right here is settle the score. Look around you. We got a whole room full of monsters. First I hit them with lefts, then I hit them with rights. After all that I've been through, I gotta continue to cut through that bull with a knife. I can speak about comfort, I can speak about pain. You wanna come do this, study my movements, go opposite of the grain. I'd rather put hands in the dirt as I put in the work and watch suckers complain. Cause all they regard is who go the hardest, people need answers. You ready to dance? This one for the champs.
Martirano Athletic Performance here. We're making our very first fitness myth busting video. Alright,
That's gonna be my favorite, aside from call-outs.
this is one I wanted to make for quite some time, like a video, a post, or something about it, because I see it very often in the industry and it grinds my gears. Are the elevation masks. Okay, I don't know if you guys have ever seen
the dumbest shit I ever seen.
the jabronis in the gym wearing like a Bane looking mask. I mean, it might be a little acceptable right now to wear that out in public with this whole virus going on, but in the gym while you're exercising, don't do it.
Don't
and
do it.
here is why. Okay, so let me explain what the theory behind these masks are. The theory behind these masks is that you will increase your lung capacity, your VO2 max, okay, and enhance your overall endurance performance. But that's just not the case, okay? I mean, there's been studies done. I'm not going to get like super scientific on you guys, but there's been studies done where there was the mask group and the non-mask group, and both groups experience over the course of like a 6-week training period. They both increased their VO2 max. They both increased their endurance. Whatever. I'm not gonna like I said, I'm not gonna drop too many scientific words on you guys, but they both got better. Let me just put it that way. Both groups got better, but that's kind of expected over a 6-week training cycle, whether you're wearing a mask or not. Okay. There is very little evidence saying that these masks, in fact, do what they say they do.
They don't.
But they don't. Okay.
The
So
only
what they
way,
so-
and I'm sure Enzo's going to touch more on this because this is one of like his biggest pet peeves. The only way to get better for high altitude is to train at high altitude.
is to train at high altitude.
That's it.
So let me explain to
there's
you.
nothing you can do down here in New Jersey to prepare you to climb a mountain.
Right.
Okay? Aside from
Climbing a mountain.
working out and preparing your body physically for that.
Right.
But to prepare your lungs for something like that is not. You can't do it.
You can't mimic it with a mask. So let me explain to you what high altitude training is. There's a lot of studies on it. It's been well known that Olympic athletes go train at high altitudes, or they'll live at high altitudes, train at sea level. Because if you live at high altitude, what happens at a higher altitude? There's less oxygen concentration. Therefore, your body has to produce more red blood cells which carry oxygen. To adjust to the thinner air up there. Okay, and again, I'm not going to get like super scientific on you guys. So, in layman's terms, okay, it is supposed to like increase your red blood cell count. Okay, it's like legal blood doping, if you will. So it increases your blood cells. Like your VO2 max gets better, all that kind of stuff. So what these masks try to do, or say they do, is it can offer the same kind of stimulus as living at a high altitude, which it just doesn't. Okay, you're breathing in the same quality air through the mask as if you were not wearing a mask.
Just less of it.
Right. Okay.
Just less air.
Just less air.
Not
and
less
like,
oxygen. Less air.
So there's like one little bit of evidence. Okay, at best, what these masks do is they can increase the function of your diaphragm, which is the muscle right here above the rib cage, or underneath the rib cage, that is what controls your breathing. There's some minor studies that have said that it can enhance the performance of the diaphragm, and that's really it. Okay, it's like breathing through a straw. Okay, you can do straw breathing exercises on your own if you really care that much about your diaphragm. And there's plenty of studies out there on what type of breathing exercise you can do to do that, because like breathing is super important, especially part of lifting. But the thing that ticks me off is where trainers kind of promote these masks and they have clients wear them, and it's like, all right.
We've seen some people put masks on obese clients.
And you just can't do that. They have trouble breathing as
Someone who's obese has trouble enough breathing as it is. Do not put a mask on them.
Right. We're going to get into that rant
Now,
another time about the trainers.
Enzo, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of anybody that it would make sense for them to wear these masks while they train?
I mean, the only other thing that these masks can maybe offer is a kind of mindset thing where like it's gonna make your intensity of your exercising like suck. Like it's just gonna kind of make it suck. Now, the only time that I would ever consider maybe probably most likely not even is maybe like military or people that have to wear
maybe
masks during their job. So like a firefighter, good example, has to run into a burning building while wearing a mask and heavy stuff. And
the only other
it might translate over to their training very minimally, but
it would just add discomfort to your training, which would correlate over to what their actual job is.
Right.
That's the only thing that I could think of.
But it will
the
not.
The only other athlete that I could maybe think of wearing one of these things while they train, maybe a fighter, someone who fights. It could be is having trouble breathing while they're fighting, like in a chokehold or something. But
there's ways that you train.
But
for
there's
that.
other
I mean,
ways
you
to train
spar,
for that.
You get into these holds. You get out of these holds. Like
But
even for fighters.
That's the only other thing that I could maybe think of. But still, it's just they're really pointless pieces of workout equipment.
Right. It's something that I would just completely chuck out. I don't think I would ever have a client wear it. I would never wear one myself. And I would never have a client do something
Some
that
people
I would
wear them
never
just because
do.
they think they look cool.
Yeah, but you just look
You
like
don't.
an idiot. Okay, if you're in the gym
Kind of look like a tool.
wearing one of those things, just stop. Just stop.
Just don't do it.
Don't wear them.
Don't wear.
You don't look like Bane.
Elevation masks.
You don't look like.
It shouldn't even be called elevation masks. They should be called training masks.
There's very.
Nothing to do with elevation. I myself was actually at a much higher elevation for a whole year. Over in the Middle East. And man, when I came home, I'll tell you, there was a difference. Being at a different elevation. Yeah, when I came back here to New Jersey, how's my running performance now? It's out of control.
It was really good.
It's slowly declining.
I wouldn't say declining. Your body's just adjusting to the altitude you're at now.
Also,
which is
I'm not running
pretty
as
much
much
sea
right
level.
now, but
Right, but here's the breakdown, the final breakdown of why these masks are pointless.
tell them, drop that bomb.
You're not changing the quality of air that you're breathing in. If you truly want to get the benefits of high altitude training, you have to live at high altitude.
Go to Colorado.
Okay. They could actually potentially be dangerous for you or someone that you have wear it, trainers. Okay, do not put it on someone or do not wear it yourself if it could possibly bring harm to you. All right, so it's not going to do any of those things. Like I said, at best it might increase the
Functionality
efficiency of the diaphragm. It might, but that's about it. Like, I can't stress enough how dumb these masks are. And anyone who puts it in a post on Instagram and says, increasing my VO2 max, or having my clients increase their VO2 max, or I'm high altitude training because I wear this, they're lying. Don't
They're
believe
100% wrong.
Just stop wearing them. Okay, you're not.
Read an article
you're not
about
changing.
it.
You're not changing the air.
Do
quality.
some research.
You're not changing the air quality. Don't put them on. It does nothing.
This really angers him.
It annoys the hell out of me. And this is only our first myth-busting video. I have other things. What do I have a list over there? Sweat belts, anabolic window, spot reduction. Don't get me started on that. Supplements. Okay, not all supplements. Some supplements are great. But supplements. There's some supplements that are pointless. and I'm gonna get into that. Waist
Yeah,
trainers.
I love this.
There's so many things, but this was the first one. This is the biggest one that I really wanted to touch on. Training masks don't do anything. When I put this on YouTube for you all, I will drop some links in the description of studies that you can read up on and understand why these things don't work. You're gonna see some sides where like, they increased a little bit or the diaphragm function. Okay, that's great and all, but if you want,
You increased a little bit because you actually were training.
right, if you want to increase your VO2 max, if you want to train to increase your endurance, your aerobic endurance, just train.
It's in the programming.
Just
It's not in anything that you can buy
train.
at the store.
do not buy an altitude mask. Okay, you don't need it unless you're going to the store right now and you're trying to avoid COVID-19. That's the only thing that it's good for. I promise.
The other
and you
thing,
can, once this all blows over, you can throw it out. That's the only. You don't need it.
The other thing is it's funny when you see trainers put these masks on clients.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't know anything about them.
Nothing.
They
read the
A
description.
lot of trainers these days aren't educating themselves.
They read the description of the
enough.
mask. They copy and paste it into their little post on Instagram.
But this doesn't even just go for these masks. It goes for any way that these people are training their clients. They don't educate themselves enough to train the population that they're training.
Right.
Whether they're obese or already an athlete.
Right. And this is going
Okay.
to be, that's going to be a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
A whole nother topic we talk about are things wrong with the fitness industry, and underqualified and undereducated trainers is one of those topics. And we will get to that.
Amen.
All right. Don't buy elevation masks. They don't work. Okay. Just train.
Stay strong, people.
Stay strong.